Have we ever had a gay president? Yes, we have. His name was James Buchanan. Now, I'm not sure if you know who James Buchanan is, but he was the president before Abraham Lincoln. Now, it is believed that James Buchanan was gay with this man named William Rufus King. Now, if you don't know who William Rufus King is, he was the vice president under Franklin Pierce. So where does this all arise from? Well, it arises from back in the old days when they were in the Senate, where James Buchanan and William Rufus King lived in the same boarding house for 10 years. Now, I don't know about you, but to live in the same house with someone for 10 years, you have to really like that person. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean they're gay if they live in the same house for 10 years, but it's a strong starting point. So they lived in the same house for 10 years, and it is often described that they would do everything together. They would, go out to eat together. They would go out and about together. They'd always be seen together, even called the Sesame Twins by people because they were always seen together. So even one of their very own, Andrew Jackson, called them Miss Nancy and Aunt Fancy, which were two derogatory names of the time for gay people. And I say one of their own because it's not like Andrew Jackson was a political opponent. They were in Andrew Jackson's party, and Andrew Jackson still called them, derogatory names for a gay person. So obviously these two were both bachelors. They never really had their luck with women. Obviously they never married. And the relationship almost came to a point one time where they were hanging pictures of each other in their back at home estates. They would hang pictures almost as a close family relative. Like they would hang pictures in their niece's house. They would have their niece hang pictures and stuff of each other. It came to that point where most likely it was a little more than a friendship. It even came to the point where it was so well known in the public that it was well believed that James Buchanan would come out for a presidential ticket, or William Rufus King would come out for a presidential ticket and say that the other one was their running mate, because it was so well known that they were, together, that they thought they would run for president together, kind of do like a Bonnie and Clyde thing, run for president as a couple, almost was the idea. But yeah, this has been debated for pretty much a long time, and historians do believe that these two had more than a friendship going on, and I'm about to share with you why. It's because of the letter. Now, there's not a lot of letters between William Rufus King and James Buchanan because most of them were destroyed in a raid on William Rufus King's house, but there is one prominent letter that this theory is derived from, and it is a letter from James Buchanan to William Rufus King, and it's after William Rufus King leaves, and pretty much, I'll just let you see it for yourself, but it's like, I am incredibly lonely. I am so depressed now that William Rufus King has left. I've tried to woo many other men, but they're not the same as William Rufus King. It's just not the same as there is with a man around the house. It's not the same with him gone. Do not expect romantic entries from me, because mine has left. So pretty much, obviously, back in the old days, they kind of wrote different, but I would say even from back in the old days, that's pretty weird. And historians tend to agree that these guys were in some kind of homosexual relationship. So it's not just some out of the ordinary, back olden talk. These guys were most likely doing some stuff together. And even if you were to use the argument that, back in the old days, people wrote like that, people would write more homogeneously together. They weren't care about writing to their best buddy being gay. Well, to that, I have said that Buchanan directly quotes himself by saying that he never wrote to anyone but William Rufus King. Now, I don't know about you, but the only way to sustain a relationship is to talk to somebody. So if you're not sustaining a relationship with anybody else, what is most likely your most important relationship? Yes, it would be your significant other. So yes, I would say that James Buchanan was our first gay president, and historians tend to agree with me. So that's going to be about for today. Stay safe and stay hydrated.